So now we're going to look at the shoulder. So the first thing you want to do, obviously, is look bilaterally. You want to compare both shoulders, see if there's any bony abnormalities, any bruising, swelling, ecchymosis. So there's four different joints in the shoulder. There's the glenohumeral joint. That's kind of like the main like shoulder joint. That's the ball and socket. You have the acromioclavicular joint. You have the sternoclavicular joint, and you have the scapulothoracic joint, which you can't see. It's behind the scapula. So after you do your observation, you want to start with your palpations. The first thing you want to do is start uh, palpating at the sternoclavicular joint. So it's right at the end of the shoulder blade, right where it comes into the sternum. So from there we can go palpate down to the AC joint. So you just follow the clavicle right to the acromion process. And for palpating the glenohumeral joint, you just palpate up and around the humeral head. And this is where a lot of the pain is going to be for most shoulder injuries. This is where all the tendons and ligaments from the four rotator cuff muscles all end right there. The supraspinatus, the subscapularis, the infraspinatus, and the teres minor. So from here, we can have our athlete do some range of motion testing. As always, start with active range of motion. So you can have them start with shoulder flexion. Bring your arms out in front of you. All right, bring those down. And shoulder extension. Okay. And then shoulder abduction. Okay. And shoulder adduction. Bring them back down to your body. Okay. And we can do shoulder internal and external rotation. Bring your elbows up to 90 degrees. External rotation. Out, and internal rotation, we'll bring them in. Okay. Then we can do lateral shoulder adduction. You're going to bring your arms up to 90 degrees. And then you're going to bring your arms across your body. Just one, like you're punching across your body. And back the other way. Okay. All right, then we can go through those passive range of motion as well. Just have your athlete relax. Relax. Okay. Go through flexion. Shoulder extension. Okay, shoulder abduction. And adduction, you can bring it across the body a little bit too. External rotation. And internal. And lateral adduction. Okay, we can go through these and resist a range of motion as well. All right, flexion. Give me some resistance. Okay, all right, resist me coming down. Okay, and extension, bring it back. Okay, resist me coming back. Okay, and abduction, bring it up. Good, and back down, give me some resistance. Okay, and adduction, bring it in. Just bring your arm back to your body. Okay, resist me coming out a little. Okay, internal, external rotation. Internal, external. Okay, resistance coming back in. Okay, and internal. Fine. All right. All right, and lateral adduction. Okay. Bring it across your body. Okay, and then from there you can perform all your break tests too. Just put your athlete in slight flexion. All right, and try to break me out of this position. Okay, all right, and the other way. Flex up. Okay. All right, and abduction. All right. All right, don't let me push up on you. Okay, don't let me push in. Okay, internal and external rotation. Don't let me push in. Good. All right, don't let me push out. All right, your lateral adduction as well. Don't let me push out. Good. Okay, so a couple of special tests we can do. One of them is a drop test. This is going to tell us if there's any rotator cuff weakness or a possible tear. So you're just going to have the athlete bring their arm up into abduction and bring it to 90 degrees and have them hold it. If they can't hold that position, that's an indication that there is some weakness or a possible tear. A couple more tests we can do. You just turn around. Thanks, love. Is athlete scratch test. So we're going to have them scratch in 3 different positions. One, we're going to have the athlete take their arm, come across their body to their opposite shoulder. Okay, the next one we're going to have them bring up and come and touch in between their shoulder blades as best they can. All right, and the third position is coming around and putting the back of their hand right in the small of their back. And from here, we can do a Gerber liftoff test as well. So you're going to apply some pressure right into the palm of their hand, and you have the athlete lift their hand off their back. So it's not a very good test because it's a really uncomfortable position for most people to be in anyway. So it can elicit pain for someone who may not have any